In just over a decade, Kenya has made both political and structural reforms that have seen a sustainable growth in the East African nation. Of course, no country is perfect, but it seems Kenya is doing something right, and that is opening up for business to both local and international market to see it being one of the powerhouses in the East Africa region. Well, today we are coming to you from the bustling city of Nairobi. So welcome, Jumbo. My name is Tubelo Motodwani, and this is #Africa. The Maasai phrase, Enkare Nairobi, which means cool water, is where the capital of Kenya derives its name from. Now, founded more than a century ago, what was once a small railway town has now developed into a bustling metro in its own right. Records show that the south-central area of Kenya, 500 kilometers of the coast, was once vast wetlands inhabited by the Maasai and Kikuyu people of East Africa. They were forcibly displaced when the British built a railway to connect the coastal town of Mombasa to Lake Victoria. In 1899, a central railway camp had been established. By 1954, Nairobi officially reached city status. Today is the most populous city in East Africa and the 14th largest on the continent, with a current estimated population of around 3.5 million sprawled across 696 square kilometers. The city is also a hub for global corporations looking for representation in East Africa, as companies are realizing that they cannot address an entire continent's needs from one southern location. As part of the country's Vision 2030 plan, Kenya has launched many programs aimed at opening up its economy and scaling innovation and productivity amongst its enterprises. Real GDP growth has averaged over 5% in the past decade, reaching 5.7% in 2018, making it one of the fastest growing economies in sub-Saharan Africa. And ironically, the railway still plays a role. The multi-billion-dollar standard gauge railway connecting Nairobi to Mombasa was launched last year, something the country hopes will help boost the economy even further. Like many African cities, an urban population explosion has become a challenge. Concerns have also been raised over corruption levels, and security in the city remains on high alert following attacks by terror groups. But visible efforts have been made to deal with these. The five-star Dusit D2 hotel in the city recently reopened 6 months after 21 people were killed by militants in January.
This isn't just an ordinary hotel opening. It's a recovery from the horror of what happened here in January. 21 people were killed in an attack at the Dusit D2 hotel in Nairobi. Al-Shabaab militants using suicide bombs and guns to target guests and staff. The hotel is now welcoming visitors again, although with extra security.
Life is back. Life is back, business is back, the spirit and the strength of Kenyans is back, and nobody, no terrorist, nobody will kill the spirit of Kenyans and its visitors.
Nairobi is a major hub for foreigners working in East Africa and has been targeted by the Somali militants before, most notably the Westgate Mall attack in 2013 that led to 71 people being killed and hundreds injured. Al-Shabaab say it's because Kenyan troops have helped the Somali government in their fight against the Islamist group. The Dusit D2 building was also used by a number of international businesses. The Tourism and Wildlife Minister said that despite the attack, he's predicting a 10% growth in visitors and revenue for Kenya this year.
As of last year, Kenya had the 14th fastest internet connectivity in the world. And that might be surprising and sound a bit too low, but it's actually even faster than the USA. And what's even more impressive is that 88% of Kenya's population could connect to the internet through their phones. And thanks to a Kenyan innovation, they could get connected economically as well.
In 2018, Kenya's GDP was just under $90 billion. And according to the country's central bank, at any given time, at least 50% of that is held on cell phones. Mobile money is not a new concept, but Safaricom's M-Pesa platform has always been a frontrunner. Pesa is Swahili for money, and the M-Pesa platform started as a simple money transfer tool, allowing users to send money between SIM cards. But it grew into an integral part of the economy.
In 6 March 2007, we launched it as a send money home proposition because the population, large part of the population in Kenya works in the urban areas and then sends money into the rural areas. And the only way to be able to do that was either using bus, sending by a friend, and was not secure. Now, and that send money proposition really rang out with Kenyans, and that was the beginning of M-Pesa. And in less than 6 months, we had over 1 million customers using the service. And over the past 12 years, we've been adding more relevant products and services like utilities, international money transfer, savings and credit propositions. And just to show the impact in Kenya, when we launched M-Pesa, only 26.4% of Kenyans were financially included. As of January this year, when the Central Bank of Kenya released the results of financial inclusion, we had 83% and ranked third in Africa. So you can see the immense contribution it has had in driving financial inclusion.
Users load money onto their SIM card either online or through an agent. And with 170,000 agents across the country, there's never likely to be one more than a kilometer away. The service has been hailed not only as a successful financial innovation, but also for its social value, offering opportunities for small businesses and informal traders.
With M-Pesa, over 600,000 people are directly employed, so it does contribute. I think there are much more ranging impact on that M-Pesa has had on ease of businesses doing transactions. We've lowered the cost of transaction. Today, we've opened over 25 million bank accounts via this channel. So we've actually enabled banks to lower cost of acquisition. We've enabled banks to lower cost of transactions in their platforms. So we've driven the digital agenda.
The security of M-Pesa and the fact that it works on any phone has also enabled more than 3.8 million informal traders in Kenya access to the markets. And the rest of Africa is taking notice.
In Tanzania, it also accounts for about 45% of the GDP of the country. So Tanzania is doing very, very well. Mozambique has M-Pesa, DRC has M-Pesa, Lesotho has M-Pesa, Ghana has M-Pesa. And generally, mobile money in Africa has been really embraced. We see the smartphone penetration becoming another big way to enhance more products and services with regard to mobile money. There was a report saying that by 2020, there'll be 525 million smartphones added onto the continent, and that provides an opportunity for mobile money players such as ourselves to continue driving financial inclusion.
Many women have come from across different countries in Africa to right here in Nairobi, Kenya for a very good reason. And we give you all those details as to why they're here after the break.